You probably think you know what the most dangerous drug in the world is. Heroin? Cocaine? Maybe fentanyl? Nope. It's alcohol. The same stuff sitting in your fridge, in your friend's cooler at a party, and in every toast at weddings. Every single year, alcohol kills more people than wars, terrorism, car crashes, and homicides combined. It doesn't just kill, it injures millions in accidents, fuels violent crime, destroys families, and traps hundreds of millions in disease. If alcohol didn't already exist and somebody tried to invent it today, it would be banned instantly. And yet, here we are. More than 2 billion people drink it. We can't imagine a barbecue without beer, a wedding without wine, a fancy party without champagne. We drink when we're happy, when we're sad, when we're stressed, when we're celebrating. Alcohol is a paradox. Why do we cling so hard to something that harms us the most? What happens after one drink? Here's the truth. Alcohol is literally a biological weapon. Yeast invented it during fermentation as a way to kill off competition. In a drink, it's mixed with water, flavored with fruits, grains, or caramel, but once you take a sip, trillions of molecules rush into your stomach and bloodstream. Your liver tries to process it, but here's the catch. It can only handle about one sip of beer every 5 minutes. Drink faster than that, your body gets overwhelmed. The alcohol rushes straight to your brain, and that's when the chaos starts. It slows your neurons down, scrambles communication, and sedates your nervous system. You feel relaxed, carefree. Your decision making shuts down. You start doing and saying things you normally wouldn't. And then it hits your reward system, releasing endorphins, the same feel good chemicals we get when we laugh, dance, or sing with friends. That's why alcohol feels like a social cheat code. Suddenly, conversations flow. Strangers feel like best friends. Smiles last longer. You feel more you, less afraid, less insecure. This is why alcohol became the world's favorite social lubricant. But of course, it comes with a price. What regular drinking does to your body. Here's the scary part. Alcohol doesn't just hit your brain. Because it dissolves in both water and fat, it can invade almost every single cell in your body. When your liver breaks it down, it creates a chemical even more toxic than alcohol itself, acetaldehyde. That chemical wrecks your DNA, your tissues, your organs. In your brain, it shrinks neurons, severs their connections, and makes memory and learning harder. Long term, your risk of dementia shoots up. The younger you drink, the worse it is. Your brain isn't fully wired until your mid-20s. So drinking at 18 or 20 is like smashing wet cement before it hardens. Blackouts in young adults can cause memory issues for months, even up to a year. And binge drinking as a teen is one of the biggest risk factors for early onset dementia. And that's just the brain. Alcohol causes 8 types of cancer, from your mouth all the way down to your bowels, even breast cancer. The risk starts as low as 1 glass of wine a day. Your liver, alcohol quietly fills it with fat, then inflames it, and eventually scars it so badly it can't recover. Cirrhosis kills over 600,000 people every year. Your heart weakens, blood pressure rises, risk of stroke and clots skyrockets. That's another 500,000 deaths annually. It even shows on your face. Alcohol damages skin cells, ages you faster, and because it's loaded with calories, it fuels weight gain and obesity. Scientists crunch the numbers. Health problems start around 1 beer a day. Risks of dying early rise sharply at just 3 beers a day for men, or less than 2 for women. And here's the crazy part. Those numbers are actually the average drinking habits in most of the West. Alcohol's damage beyond your body. But alcohol isn't just dangerous to you. It's uniquely destructive to everyone else around you. Every year, 500,000 people die in accidents fueled by alcohol. 300,000 of those in car crashes. And here's the gut punch. More than half of those victims weren't even the ones drinking. Alcohol is behind almost half of all violent crimes and sexual assaults worldwide. That's about 100,000 murders and assaults every year, basically wiping an entire city off the map. And for the survivors, millions are injured in drunk fights, attacks, and accidents caused by someone else's drinking. The most heartbreaking victims are the 600,000 babies born every year with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, lifelong damage just because their mothers drank during pregnancy. Alcohol isn't just a problem, it's a global catastrophe, the trap of alcoholism. So when does just drinking become alcoholism? The line is fuzzy. But if you're drinking 8 beers a week as a woman, 15 as a man, or 5 drinks in one night, you're either there already or walking straight into it. Right now, 400 million people are addicted to alcohol, and over half of them are dependent on it, meaning they need it to function. The stereotype is a drunk on the streets or a violent dad. But studies show that half of all alcoholics in the US fly under the radar. They're middle aged professionals, parents, people with jobs and families. No one suspects them, but they're quietly drinking 4 beers a day, every day. That's what makes alcohol so dangerous. No other drug is this widely accepted, this normalized, this invisible. Why we drink in the first place. So, why do we do it? Why make a deal with something that destroys us? Because alcohol solves one of the hardest parts of being human, connecting with each other. We're awkward. We're insecure. We overthink everything we say. Alcohol flips the switch. Suddenly, the walls fall down and we feel close to people. And science backs this up. Even modest amounts of alcohol make strangers bond faster, friendships grow stronger, and trust levels rise. That's the trade: health and years of our lives, in exchange for confidence, connection, and celebration. The new shift. But something interesting is happening. Gen Z and younger millennials are drinking way less than older generations. In the US, the number of 18-year-olds who've tried alcohol has dropped by 25% in the last few decades. Teen binge drinking? Cut in half. Even in countries like France and Germany, where beer and wine are practically culture, alcohol use is dropping. That means fewer accidents, fewer hospital beds, fewer ruined lives. A massive win. But there's a trade-off. Young people are also hanging out less, seeing friends less, partying less, dating less, and feeling lonelier than ever. Part of that is social media. Part of it is the pandemic. But another part? Maybe it's because the old social crutch of alcohol is fading away. Instead, weed has been on the rise. But unlike alcohol, weed often makes people less energetic, more awkward, and lonelier the more they use it. So we're at a crossroads. Alcohol has been humanity's shortcut to connection for thousands of years. If we let go of it, what takes its place? Maybe it's not another drug. Maybe it's something better: confidence built through passions, community, creating something meaningful. Because the truth is, alcohol gave us connection, but it stole our health. And now it's on us to decide what comes next.